Alrighty. Hey, everybody.
Hello, hola.
Master Gardener Bernie DeLaunay.
And Bobby Buds for Life.
And we're going to talk about FRASER Family Foundation today. Now, at the end of 2022, December 31st, we disbanded. We didn't do it anymore. That was during the big, huge China virus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if anybody calls it COVID. It was, to me, it was Wuhan, China virus.
We have information on that as well, so there's a reason for that.
And at any rate, many things have changed. Our donations, as many organizations, donations dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's starting to come back now. We've started our Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube channel. We're bringing back Wausau Public Access.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we are going to be starting up FRASER Family Foundation again. One of the neatest things we did with FRASER Family, and we still do have the same P.O. Box number. One of the neatest things we did, though, was that we worked with all kinds of veterans groups, the Great Lakes Veterans Administration out of Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
We worked with the Veterans Clinic here in Wausau, Wisconsin.
Also, I'm not exactly sure what it's called other than Veterans Administration, possibly in Toma as well.
And yes, we worked with them as well. We donated many dollars to Man of Honor.
Yeah.
We donated to another institution called Open Door. Did a lot of things for them. We worked with a lot of great people over there, and we also got about 4 or 5 veterans. We cannot say their names, though we're not prohibited from saying their names. Off the street and into homes. We also worked with a lot of different businesses. Culver's was one. County Market was one.
Buffalo Wild
Wings. Oh gosh, there was quite a few of them there. And we donated money from McDonald's. Absolutely, they're one of the big ones. Yeah. How could we forget them? Anyway, we're bringing all of that back, and with a little bit different twist. Now we don't have a telephone number. I'm going to tell you the story. We had Straight Talk that was through Walmart, and AT&T bought Straight Talk and a few other phone companies up.
Right.
And to get the same number, especially for our foundation, which was FRASER Family, it still is. Mm-hmm. And yes, we are bringing that back. I didn't even,
LLC.
Yeah, I don't even remember.
Pay taxes every year.
Yeah, we did. I didn't even remember what the phone number was. But to get the same number back from AT&T, we were supposed to pay them because of the foundation part that we were supposed to pay them about $600 to get it back. And we decided not to do that. Now, that's a crock of
beans.
Schiff. And it's not a swear word either. I use the congressman's name from California, Adam Schiff. That's a crock of Schiff, okay? We weren't going to do that. We will be bringing a different phone number back, but we still do, to this day, have the same P.O. box. Mm-hmm. And that was, in case you have forgotten and you want to donate, and we're putting this out on the internet, and we'll go into that too, is FFF of America. That's the title. And then P.O. Box
number
2125, Wausau, Wisconsin, 54402. Okay, that's FFF of America, P.O. Box 2125, Wausau, Wisconsin, 54402. All right, now that's if you want to. And that's if you want to send something in. And when we start doing auditions for the little shorts that we want to do, not only on Twitter or X, Facebook, and YouTube. And now Wausau Public Access Television. That's in North Central Wisconsin here. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to write to the P.O. Box. And the P.O. Box address, again, is
FFF
of America.
Initials of America. P.O. Box 2125, Wausau, Wisconsin 54402.
Okay. Now, FFF of America, P.O. Box 2125, Wausau, Wisconsin, 54402.
02. Okay.
All right. So we're going to take only written, I take gardening questions. And by the way, I want to thank everybody who's watching, not
Yes.
only Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all the literally thousands of views we've gotten on all three of those channels. I know you're asking me all kinds of gardening questions. I'm just one person. I'm going to try to keep up with all of them.
And they even ask her about me in my program, my little
yes,
part.
absolutely. So
She's busy.
we're getting really, really far on all three of the channels. Just got a congratulations and thank you, Mayor Doug Denny, City of Wausau, from him last night about all of the stuff that we're doing. People cannot wait there. Thank you all to all the people
Yes,
who are
thank you
now
so much.
again watching Wausau Public Access TV because of the hard work that we've all done. And yes, it did start off with me. We're pulling it out of the dumpster.
Bernie, dealing it. It's not work, it's fun.
There's a whole bunch of people that are now watching not only the three channels on the internet, but Wausau Public Access Television. And it's bringing notoriety
Again.
to public access TV channels all over the United States.
Wonderful.
Now, there's another thing I want to go into. The gardening questions for right now, you can get a hold of me on the internet, Facebook, Twitter, or X, YouTube. I always call it Twitter because I always like the little bluebird on there. And Elon Musk, if you're watching, yes, I love
Yes.
the bluebird.
Hi.
And one of the reasons is because we have natural bluebirds that come to our land every single year. Little blue bunting indigo birds and little blue birds, period. They're just gorgeous. I love them. And I also love the scarlet tanagers that came to my yard for the first time ever this year. So I have a lot to do with nature. And getting back to your questions, if you send them into our P.O. box, I will receive them. I will answer them. I'm trying to answer them on air. And I'm trying to do the demos and keep up with that. But we're getting to such a point that we're going to have help not only with editing of these three internet channels and our TV show. And we do have a cameraman. Hi, cameraman.
Hi, cameraman. Andy.
He's smiling. And we have a lot of other people that we work with as well. We'll be bringing you some just neat little infomercials.
Namely Chris Bergs.
Yeah.
Public Access Television.
Hi, Chris.
Thank you so much.
Public Access, Wausau TV. That's kind of backwards, but Wausau Computers, LLC in Wausau,
LLC.
Wisconsin.
I know it's Wausau Computer Services,
LLC, Wausau, Wisconsin. And that's Van K. Mua. And
Hi,
then
Van.
we also work with the Dollar Tree here in Red Mountain, Wisconsin. And U.S. Cellular, Gary and all
US
the gang
Cellular.
right here in Red Mountain. They all say hi too.
Hello.
And there's probably more people out there that I apologize if I missed
Yes.
you. But for right now, I wanted to show this. This is called Bobby Budsville. It's a poster. Oh, Kiki by
My
Design.
program. Yes,
Kiki by Design. We're going to show this right here, right above this.
Isn't that beautiful?
And that was one
That's
of the
from
posters
Kiki.
that she is making. She has made several hats for us. And this is Bobby Buds for Life. Now, this is a play on words, as you can tell. Bobby Buds, the number 4, or the word F-O-R, which you don't see the F, but it's in there. And you can say it both ways, Bobby Buds for Life. And that has to do with
Our Father.
holistic tips that she does. Now, I'm going to let her talk for a little bit because she not only talks about aloe vera, and she talks about ways of making just all different kinds of things. And I don't know, go into a little bit of it.
Well, mainly what she does as well as I do, we were actually raised on these holistic things. That's what this is all about. Holistic things that everybody, well, maybe not everybody, but that a lot of people have in their homes, in their cupboards, in their refrigerators, etc. That we all have access to through maybe the grocery store, the drugstore, vitamin store, places that you can get things that are homemade, let's say,
Yeah.
I guess. And in addition to if someone happens to be on a doctor's regimen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if that's for you as well, and that is okay. There's holistic things. There's medical things. Those are the ones that come to mind right away for right now. And if somebody is on a doctor's care, has a regimen with that, medicines, etc., please do them. We do not say no, don't do that. All we can do was all we ever do actually between her show and my show is we suggest.
Yes.
That's it. And the choice is always yours, folks. We are so blessed and so appreciative to be able to come to your home with these tips that we were actually raised with, not only holistically, as I've been saying, also, regular jobs. Our father was a vocal music teacher. He, in the summertime, as teachers do, get the 2-3 months off, whatever it is. And in the meantime, he had the garden as a hobby. That's how he started.
And he turned that into a business.
And he had that gift, and he passed that on to my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
Okay, now, one of the things that a lot of people are interested in is, yes, we do things holistically, and somewhere out there in internet land, somebody called me the holistic gardener. Well, I like that title. I have many titles. And yes, I am a master gardener. I am a professional gardener. I am a professional horticulturalist. I am a radio talk show host. I'm a published author, not only a broadcast specialist, but there's probably a few other titles in there too. I have the certification to be a fair judge in any state in the United States. I can be a county, local, or state fair judge anywhere in the United States, including Hawaii. I have that kind of certification.
You did last year, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Last summer.
One of the things that somebody brought up was they wanted to know more. I always talk about where plants come from. Now, just for instance, we call this an Easter cactus, okay? This plant actually really did originate in the Middle East. It is not only an Easter cactus, it has, and we've shown this plant before many times, and my Easter cactus plants, they have different flowers. They've got pink, they've got yellow, they've got cream yellow, and they've got a couple of other different colors too. They've got red. And we've shown this, and a lot of people have asked, well, besides the flowers at Easter time, and sometimes they bloom, different varieties will bloom at Thanksgiving, what are they good for? Well, they're good for a lot of things. Medicinal wise, I'm not really sure about that. But somebody said, can you show the plants that the Native Americans use in medicine? And absolutely I can. Now, one of the plants we talk about all the time is aloe vera. That really also does come from Israel. It comes from Jerusalem. It originated in the Middle East. It originated there. They also found them in Turkey. They found them in places like Albania. Turkey gets cold, but it's in the warmer spots. I don't know how well the aloe vera will actually do in places like Turkey and Albania. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I do know they come from the Middle East. And this was one of the plants that was on the earth when Jesus actually walked the earth. That is actual fact. That's true. That can be proven. Okay, now, was this plant around back then? Not quite. It's not quite as old, okay? But people ask me to talk about the origins of plants and what's used in medicinal, purposes. Right,
how they're used.
Right here in the United States, especially right here in north central Wisconsin. Now, because I didn't know anything about it when I was master gardener to Wisconsin Public Radio back in the very early 90s for 3 years, okay? And yeah, thank you for all the people who remember me doing that. And some of you actually remember as to why the program ended and what they said, which was really, really a shiffy thing to say, okay? There's something that they said that was really out of line and out of bounds, and I could have sued them over it, but I chose not to.
In every way.
And at any rate, you've asked me, what are the plants to be used, and what's your suggestion as to how to use them. I can pass that information along as time goes on, and not in just one episode, because there's not enough time in the world to make one episode out of all this stuff. We found out, at least probably 10 years ago, due to a genealogy search that one of our brothers did, who does not live in this state. We found out we were part Cherokee Indian. We didn't know that. Our grandmother never told us that. She never said one word. All this time, we didn't know anything about it until about 10 years ago. Our mother would have been half Cherokee, and we are 1/4 Cherokee. We did not know that until about 10 years ago. Does that make any difference to us? No, because we accept, like Jesus, we accept all people.
Yes.
And this is accidental. I didn't plan this. Y'all need Jesus. I didn't even know I was wearing that shirt until I just looked down. I didn't even realize that. But that's another thing that's going to come out, is I'm going to really focus in on plants that are used in medicine. Aloe vera is a big one. That's used in more things than you can possibly imagine, folks. And
you would be surprised, because every once in a while, when we're talking about somebody who's on some kind of medicine, oh, say, did you know that? And did you know aloe vera is the bottom line product that's in that?
That's the first medicine that goes into a lot of cancer drugs, believe it or not. I've done the research on that over and over and over again. That's one thing I do, is I do research and my own development. And I go to many different sources. I
do the research as well.
I read in when we used to, my husband and I,
home for myself.
My husband and I used to live in Milwaukee, and that was many years ago now. I used to go to the West Allis Public Library. I read at least 10,000 books on gardening alone. And I'm not kidding when I say that. I've got the records to prove it. And I used to take horticultural classes at my alma mater, which is UW Platteville, Wisconsin. So I love Platteville. I haven't been to the campus in a lot, but I love UWP. And so at any rate, we'll be bringing all of those things out. She does her research as well. Well, folks, one of the first things that I discovered many, many years ago was that our aspirin, low-dose aspirin, ibuprofen, it's all made from the bark of willow trees. There's a lot of people that don't know that stuff. And there's another thing that I'm going to be talking about too. One of the reasons that the state of Hawaii actually said, no more artificial fertilizers, no more bought and paid for fertilizer in a sack. They want to get back to the organic stuff, is because there's minerals not being put back into the ground. They don't want, and these are called GMOs, genetically modified organisms, which really means genetically altered seeds. I've talked about that. When I was on Wisconsin Public Radio, that was a big, huge topic. And a lot of you called in. We will do live shows, live gardening shows, and live holistic demos that she does in due time, and that's coming. That's all coming. We got a really good notification from YouTube just yesterday that things are turning for us, and they're turning in a real good direction, and that we will be doing that. And this is all through FRASER Family Foundation, which is actually a group that we started, her and I started in 2009. So yeah, it's been a while.
15 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
We actually got the tax number. We didn't get it that year, but we got it a little bit after that.
We've had the same one ever since.
And we didn't take any donations until we actually got the tax number. And we will be doing that. We're hooking up with a couple different groups here in the Wausau area, the Wausau metro area, or north central Wisconsin, and bringing you a whole lot of stuff. Plus, we hope to bring a couple of concerts this way as time goes on. So yeah, there's all kinds of groups working with us. We love working with them, and we're going to be bringing you some really, really neat stuff. So FRASER is capital F as in Frank, R-A,
S as in
Sam, E-R. There's no I, no Z, and when you see that, you're starting to see it on the internet more and more. People remember that and all the work we did for the veterans. And even the elementary schools that I worked with back in Wausau Public Access TV days, when there was a full studio going. The studio that's going now is the one that we are creating. That's all coming back. We're going to be putting notices up for people who love to act, dance, sing, play an instrument, tell jokes, and not dirty ones, no pornography, nothing like that. And we have to have all original music too. We cannot have any copyright laws that are being broken. We're not going to go for any of that. But you'll be seeing all of that. That's all coming. And there's plenty of musicians who love playing with us too.
And we have some new ones too.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people
formulated the idea.
We've got a lot of
yeah,
people
we'll
who
do
are
this.
really,
Yeah,
really
we'll do that.
interested in doing what we do.
Yeah.
Working with a lot of different people. So thank you all for everything.
Thank you so much.
I'm Master Gardener Bernie DeLaNay.
And I'm Bobby Buzz for Life, Bobby Fraser Herrera.
And this has been another Fraser Family Foundation promotional film.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bye.
Have a wonderful day.
Adios.
Wonderful week.
Hasta la vista, amigos, amigas.
Whatever. Not to you, somebody.